Hello. All right. We got another lesson today on quadrilaterals. Today we're going to be focusing on rhombuses, rectangles, and squares. This little tree diagram here is kind of just to show you another example of how these shapes are grouped together. Got your quadrilaterals here, and then they branch out to these different types. Parallelograms, and then the parallelograms branch out into rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. Squares are a combination of rhombus and a rectangle. This website down here, I put a link to that on the assignment for today, and you can go to there and select these different shapes, and it will tell you about their properties, give you some practice problems. And you can just play around with those different shapes and learn some more stuff about them. So let's get started here. So the properties of rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. Rectangles are quadrilaterals, they're parallelograms, and what makes them different from other parallelograms is all their angles are right angles. They're all 90 degrees. They still have all the properties that parallelograms have. Their opposite sides are parallel, their opposite sides are congruent, their opposite angles are congruent, their diagonals bisect each other, all of those same properties, but they have some extra ones that make them a rectangle. One of those extra properties is the diagonals. Not only do they bisect each other, but the diagonals are congruent. So AD, that's one of the diagonals, it's going to be congruent to BC. So they still have congruence marks on each half of the diagonal because they still do bisect each other, but the total length of the diagonal has got to be the same. So here, since it's a rectangle, the opposite sides, all that stuff still applies, just like any other parallelogram. The opposite sides are congruent. So AC is 6. I'm sorry, AB is 6. What would AC be? That's right, AC would be 8. It's the same as its opposite side here. And you got to be careful with the diagonals. Make sure we're just looking at whether we're looking at just part of the diagonal or the entire diagonal. So AD is the whole diagonal. So if this piece over here is 5, then how long would the whole diagonal be? Yeah, that's right, it's 10. And then we don't have any measurements on BC, but because it's a rectangle, the diagonals are congruent, so BC is also 10. So you can see here, if this is 5 and that's 5, put them together, you get 10. This is just a little logic here, and this we're asking if this is true for any rectangle. So is this statement always true, sometimes true, or never true? So in any rectangle, is angle A going to be congruent to angle C? And it's not always A and C, but it's referring to where they are in the rectangle. They're opposite angles. So what do you think? Is that sometimes, always, or never true? And well, since they're all 90 degrees, and even if it weren't, since it's a parallelogram, the opposite angles are always going to be congruent. Right? AB and CD, are they congruent? Well, those are opposite sides, so they're still always going to be congruent in a rectangle, just like any other parallelogram. And then AB is congruent to BC. AB is this side, and BC is that side. So even though they don't look like they're congruent in this rectangle, so obviously it's not always true because this is a rectangle and they're not congruent here, but could it be true? Or is it never true? Well, that one is sometimes true. It's possible, it doesn't always happen, but it could happen. Okay. Rhombuses are a type of parallelogram, and one of the things that kind of is special about them is that all four sides are the same length. It still has all the other properties that parallelograms have, but it's a special kind where all four sides are congruent. It does have some other properties, but that's the definition of a rhombus. So if one side is 6, all of them are 6. All right, one of the special properties that rhombuses have, the diagonals are perpendicular to each other. It's a parallelogram also, so they still bisect each other, but they intersect and make a right angle. That's what perpendicular means. Right. And the diagonals do something else. If we look at this angle here, PQR, this diagonal bisects that angle. So you get two congruent angles. And that happens at every vertex. The diagonals bisect that vertex. So you get a lot of different shapes in here that we've learned about before. We've got triangle PQR, since it's a rhombus, and those two sides are the same. Triangle PQR is isosceles. And if it's isosceles, then it's got not only two congruent sides, but two congruent angles. And that's also going to happen with these other triangles. Triangle QRS, this triangle here, since it's a rhombus, these two sides are the same, so these two angles are the same. And that happens with a lot of them. Then we've also got right triangles here in a rhombus when we draw the diagonals. And all four of those triangles are going to be congruent. We can use angle, side, angle, or hypotenuse, leg. There's a bunch of different ways we can prove that all four of these triangles are the same. And there's a few other congruent triangles here. So if this is a rhombus, if this angle is 60 degrees, can you fill in all the other angles here? Well, first, this one is going to be congruent to that one, so that'll be 60. And the opposite ones are also going to be the same. So now how would we figure out what these angles are? Well, there's a few different ways. Probably one of the easier ways is just to look at one of these triangles here. Well, it's a right triangle, so that's 90 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. All three angles have to add up to 180. So you can add these two together, 90 plus 60. That equals 150. And then you subtract that from 180. So this angle is 30. And in fact, all four of those angles are going to be 30. Then a square, it is a parallelogram with four congruent sides, and it also has four congruent angles. And if we look back at that first slide, this little tree diagram here, you can see that a square is a type of rhombus. It's also a type of rectangle. It's a rhombus because it has four congruent sides. It's a rectangle because it has four congruent angles. So that's where this one comes in. A square is a type of rectangle where all four sides are the same. So 4 congruent sides makes it a rhombus, 4 right angles make it a rectangle, so it's a combination of those two. So it's going to have all the properties that rhombuses have and all the properties that rectangles have. So the diagonals are congruent. That's because it's a type of rectangle. The diagonals are perpendicular. That's because it's a type of rhombus. And then the angles still bisect each other. So if we had a right angle here and that diagonal bisects that angle, what would each of these angles be? Well, 90. If you cut that in half, you get a 45-degree angle here and a 45-degree angle here. And that's going to happen in every vertex of the square. So all of these angles are 45 degrees. Right, so in this square, if xy is 12, that's this diagonal. How long would hy be? Well, the diagonals are going to bisect each other, so hy has got to be whatever 12 divided by 2 is. So it's 6. A square is a type of rectangle, so the diagonals are congruent. So if xy is 12, wz is also going to be 12. And then wh, in a square, all of these are congruent. Same thing as any other rectangle. So wh is also 6. So we've got a rhombus here. So if it's a rhombus, what does that mean about the 4 sides? And that's right, they're all the same. So if we're trying to solve for x here, we're going to make an equation. We're going to make the 2 sides congruent. So AB is congruent to BC. So in our equation, this is 4x minus 5, which that's this side. It's going to be equal to 2x plus 17, which is this side. And then we just solve that equation, subtract 2x from both sides, add 5 to both sides, and they'll divide by 2. We get x equals 11. So again, here's a little more logic. Are these things always, sometimes, or never true? A rectangle is a square. Okay. That's right, that is sometimes true. A square is a rhombus. Well, a rhombus has 4 congruent sides. All squares have 4 congruent sides, so a square is always going to be a rhombus. A rectangle is a parallelogram. Is that always true, sometimes true, or never true? Again, it's not asking is a parallelogram a rectangle. It's saying is every rectangle a parallelogram? That's always true. So rectangles have all the properties that parallelograms have, but not every parallelogram has all the properties of a rectangle. All right, so that's it for the notes for today. We got another dad joke. What did the dad buffalo say to his child when he dropped him off at school? You can thank my son for this joke. He told me this yesterday. That's right. Bye, son.